Hello, I'm Big Tom. Welcome to Life is an Amazing Journey. I'll try to make this video as short as possible. Well, at least moderate. This is a response to, what our so-called law enforcement are doing during this pandemic. This is a response to what's going on. Okay, first off, we had this, woman in Idaho somewhere arrested at a park for playing with her kids. Cops didn't explain why she was being arrested, yada, yada, yada. They just came, arrested her, and took her to jail and separated her from her kids with no explanation whatsoever. And now, I think yesterday or on Tuesday, whatever, we had a bunch of people who were assembling, practicing their constitutional rights. They were arrested in North Carolina for practicing their rights by the so-called law enforcement that are supposed to protect not only from harm, but to also protect our rights, which they are not doing. Now, this video is not anti-police. I am not anti-police. But what I am anti is anti-tyrannical police officers. I cannot stand those kind of officers. I cannot stand those kind of cops. Okay? But I see what's going on every day. I have respect for the good law enforcement, but now I have to make a stand to all the cops who are just going to blindly follow orders and violate people's rights. I have to make a stand now. I don't care if people don't like it or not. I'm sorry, but I have to make a stand now. This is a message to all police officers who are violating people's rights and just arresting people for practicing their constitutional rights. I'm going to make a stand right now. I will not, from this day forward, until something is done with our law enforcement to bring back the people's trust, I will not trust police officers ever again. I will not support tyrannical police officers. No more. I will not support this crap anymore. Okay? And it's not just the lady who was arrested in Idaho or the people who were arrested in North Carolina. It's everything. These red flag laws, they are highly unconstitutional, and knowing that cops are enforcing these laws is sickening. And already 2 good people have been murdered by cops enforcing these unconstitutional red flag laws. Gary Willis, I think the first victim's name was, and Duncan Lemp. Yeah, Duncan Lemp and Gary Willis. Yeah, 2 good, innocent American citizens, law-abiding American citizens, murdered by the so-called people who swore an oath to protect us and protect our rights. Those 2 were murdered by those so-called people. So I'm making a stand now. These are support law enforcement, stickers that go on your car, yada, yada, yada. I tore these off after seeing what was going on in North Carolina. I watched Next News Network with Gary Franchi. I saw what was going on. It just made me sick to my stomach. And, lots of those protesters were no doubt possibly Trump supporters, no doubt. And seeing that the cops are siding with, personally, I think they're siding with the people who want to bring in socialism. And I've seen a lot on the comment section of that video saying that the cops are going to stand with the state if, the government becomes tyrannical. Well, I believe that now. I solely believe that the cops are going to stand with the state or the government when the government turns on us. So if that's the case, I'm not going to support law enforcement anymore. I'm not going to trust law enforcement anymore. Okay? I give credit where credit is due. I know when there are good law enforcement out there, but now I can't trust any of them. There's that sheriff down in Virginia somewhere who took a stand against Ralph Northam and his insane gun laws. I'll give him credit for that. But I'm sorry. I have to make a stand now. I took these off my windshield, and now I'm going to burn them because I've had it with tyrannical law enforcement. I have had it with it. I am done. This is what I think of tyrannical law enforcement. I will not support law enforcement anymore if this is what's going to happen. Hang on. It's a little windy. Hang on. Gotta dip some more. Sorry, it's so windy in here, it's hard to light it. Here we are. That's what I think. Okay? I'm not going to support law enforcement anymore. I will not support tyrannical law enforcement anymore. It ends. Don't worry, it's a fire pit back there. No more. To all law enforcement out there, it's time to decide whose side are you on? Are you on the side of patriots, or are you on the side of the state that is robbing us of our freedoms? Are you on the side of the socialist Antifa thugs that hate you and want to kill you and they just plain hate you? But if you're going to side with those people, well, that's my answer to you. I'm never going to support law enforcement again. Okay? Because what's going on with this whole pandemic with COVID-19 is bullshit. It is bullshit. And I am not going to support it anymore. Okay? Get your act together, all law enforcement across all 50 states. This is not an anti-police video. This is an anti-tyrannical police video. Okay? I give credit where credit is due. I am not anti-police. But I am anti-tyranny. And I will not stand for it. Okay? Enough is enough. Okay? I love good law enforcement. But I despise tyrannical law enforcement. I can't stand it. I cannot stand tyrannical law enforcement that violate their oaths and violate our rights. No more. We need to make a stand. I am not calling for violence against police at all. What I am calling for is for people to stand up to tyrannical law enforcement. Not in a violent way. We must do everything else before we ever resort to that. Violence is a last resort. I am not calling for any kind of violence. All right? So do not take this video and think that that's what I'm doing. I am not. I am not calling for any violence against any law enforcement, even the tyrannical ones. I am calling for us to stand up to them, one way or another. Okay? The whole revolution thing, that's a last resort. Okay? So please, people, we must stand up to our law enforcement and tell them, if you are not protecting our rights, then we are going to stand up to you. And if you want to arrest us, go ahead and do it. Because that exposes you, so-called law enforcement, as the tyrannical, oath-breaking worms that you are. I can't stand it anymore. Enough is enough. No more. All right. Fellow patriots, be safe. We will get through this pandemic. We are going to get through it, one way or another. Okay? We will get through it. Okay? And it's true. We must stand against tyrannical law enforcement. Same goes for tyrannical government and so forth, so forth. We must stand up. And don't do it in a violent way. No. That's a last resort. We must stand up as American patriotic citizens. We must stand up and do what's right and stand for what's right. All right. This is Big Tom signing out. May the Heavenly Father bless you. Be safe. Be vigilant. Goodbye.